Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we're going to be taking a look at Rainbow Six Siege and the mid-season reinforcements. The patch notes just came out for it, so let's go ahead and dive on into these. Now, the first thing is first, the operator retweak basically makes us pumped for these mid-season reinforcements. The operator tweak, well, this time around, it's going to be for Glaz. So, in the patch notes, Ubisoft went ahead and gave us a little bit of story to go along with Glaz's new weapon upgrade, and it goes like this. Raven Alliance, selected to represent his country, operator Timur Glazkov faced elite corps from over 19 countries at the Worldwide Army Games. He lost the first spot at the sniper competition to former Team Rainbow operative Galanos, who represented Greece. Galanos is highly regarded in the field and having been decorated for a series of operations, codenamed Raven Shield, led in Rio de Janeiro. After the sniping event, Glazkov discussed with her some ways to modernize one of her prized attachments for his sniper rifles. Glazkov then met her in Cyprus to run a few test sessions before returning on the field with an upgraded scope, now equipped with sophisticated image sensors. Glazkov's flip sight can outline long-range marks even through smokescreen. So this is the buff that we got kind of hinted to us on Twitter last week. If you are using Glaz's flip-up sight and you look in the middle of it, if there's an enemy, they are pretty much highlighted, and they are also highlighted through smoke. This is actually probably going to be a pretty good buff for Glaz. It means, for one thing, if you have a team that likes to spawn camp or spawn peek, you are going to be able to much easily see which window they are behind. If they've decided to punch a couple of the windows out, you will be able to see if there is someone lurking behind any of those. So he gets a buff in something that is kind of one of the more annoying facets about life when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege and just playing in general. This also helps buff his CQB ability. Given that he does have smoke grenades, he can now, if he knows an enemy is going to be in a room, he can smoke out the room, go in, and pretty much remain invisible while he's able to take shots at people while they don't see him. All in all, a pretty cool thing. I don't think it's going to skyrocket him to the top of the pick rate, though it's definitely a nice quality of life improvement for Glaz players. And speaking of quality of life, let's go on to the health program. The biggest thing being introduced this time around is technical test servers. A lot of other games have this. Basically, it's servers where Ubisoft can upload their newest version of the patch or test out changes that they want to do to the game to see if they will, in fact, benefit the overall game, how they play out, and basically get a larger sample size for any tests that they want to do. Battlefield has the CTE, the Community Test Environment. Overwatch has a similar system going on right now. Basically, this works out great for the community. People are able to be essentially beta testers on a large scale for Ubisoft or whatever game company is running these sorts of things. But in this case, Ubisoft. It means that hopefully we won't see as many issues when a new patch comes out, like the last time where all of a sudden shields no longer protected you from C4. Like things like that. Those little random things that people don't really end up testing. This helps root those out and bring it to the attention of the designers. The next thing, we are getting a new elite skin for Twitch, and oh my gosh, does it look good. It's inspired after basically like the French Resistance. That's the best way to put it during World War II. It looks good. I'll be buying it. Don't worry, there will be a review up tomorrow as soon as it comes out because it looks so good. As always with these elite skins, it's going to feature a matching uniform headgear that's fixed, an operator card, an operator title, a charm, and a signature victory animation, which we got a peek at. Basically, she steps on her drone. It looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. This looks like it's going to be really good. Some other just random tweaks and changes. Doc, he is having his overkill ability change from a max of 120 to a max of 140. The game designers felt that 120 really wasn't enough. You'd heal yourself up to 120, and by the time you actually engage someone, you'd be back down to almost 100. So it didn't really affect the gameplay in the way that they thought it would. The other thing is Buck is going to get an extra magazine for a skeleton key, which is great. I love using Buck. Being able to make more holes in maps is going to be fun and great. Like, that's no complaints here. Some other big changes: the red dot, the reflex, the hollow sight reticles, they're all getting smaller. In one of the last patches, they kind of changed it a little, and it's been a little annoying. So they're kind of walking it back from what they had. DMR trigger rates have been changed a little, so that if you have a mouse and you decide to, I don't know, map the fire button to the scroll wheel or something like that, you no longer have an automatic DMR. It's preventing large-scale DMR spam. It could be good. I'll be interested to see how it plays out on consoles, or if we even notice it. Who knows? Echo's MP5 is getting a damage buff at medium ranges. Basically, its lowest damage was 14. That's being pushed out from 20 meters all the way out to 29 meters. So an extra 9 meters of damage fall off. It should be, it'll be a nice buff for him. Thermite's main weapon, the 5.56 XI, is becoming a little bit easier to control. Don't really see the point of this. I always found his weapon to be somewhat easy to control, but hey, you know what? I'll take it. It's a small, nice little quality of life change for him. Kavir's illusion damage drop-off has been tweaked. It's been buffed at medium range encounters. Pre-patch, the damage went from 70 damage at 7 meters down to 20 damage at 18 meters. Now it goes from 70 damage at 7 meters to 35 damage at 18 meters. It then falls off to 20 damage at 24 meters. Basically, Ubisoft felt that the damage drop-off was too sharp, and they wanted to kind of to expand out where the damage drop-off is, so that you kind of got a better understanding of where her pistol would be lethal, or where you would need to kind of fire a lot more shots. This now also makes it so that it is better in all cases than the standard PRB 92. Jekyll C7E is getting balanced. Basically, they're going to increase the recoil. It needed it. It's kind of a laser beam at the moment, and really good. So as we kind of all guessed, it's getting the nerf it deserves. Also, Capitão's Para 308 is getting a small recoil buff, reducing the recoil on the side-to-side during prolonged automatic fire. Some other changes here and there. They are finally fixing the shield operator break that occurred during the hotfix. Now the shields will protect operators from explosive damage again. In addition, Blitz is getting a small buff. When you used his ability, it took you a whole 2 seconds to be able to fire your pistol again. That is being reduced. It is no longer going to be a 2-second delay. Another small quality of life fix, Echo. When you use his drone, it will no longer recenter every time you try to pick it up. Something that was kind of annoying, but you kind of learn to live with it if you're an Echo user. Now they're kind of changing that back, kind of nice. And those are all the major changes that are coming to this patch. Overall, pretty cool. Can't wait to play around with it, guys. My name is TommyBoy601. I hope you like this video. If you did, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. My name is TommyBoy601. I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.